All right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is Brian. It's Monday, November 11th, and we're here for Forex Live. And this is our Monday night class. On Monday nights, we have a really quick class. It's usually, as Forex Joe likes to say, in the door, out the door. What we're going to do is just run through real quickly. This is a great class for our new members because we show how we utilize our software to park the trades, the pending order trades that Forex Joe gives us during the Forex Live. And then we'll open up our daily report and we'll walk through that on our 22 currency pairs and look for some key channels that we'll want to make note of as the week goes on. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Before we jump into the meat of things, though, I do need to let you know that unique experiences and past performances do not guarantee future results. Trading does involve risk, and it's important to know that we're always utilizing risk capital. As I've said before, if Guido's coming for your thumbs at the end of the month, you're probably not going to make great decisions. So trading is hard enough as it is. We don't want to add to that by creating some stress by using something other than risk capital. But I'm going to pause for just a second and give you an opportunity to read through this, and then we will get started with our trading day. All right, that should be long enough. I know a lot of you guys have that memorized. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, you'll come to know and love that slide just as I do. We'll get that one memorized as well. All right, so what is happening? Well, we're here for a couple of things. Everyone should have open a copy of their trade alert from Forex Joe. He puts this out every day, sometimes a couple of times per day. So that we'll have open, and then we'll also have open our daily report, which is the report that comes out every night that gives us our channel information, support resistance levels, trend, everything for 22 currency pairs. So we'll have both of those open as we'll be utilizing each of those two pieces of the of our membership. The other thing we should have is our charts open with at least the euro and the pound. Set a fresh template on here just to get that all refreshed and know that we've got our pending order software open. So you might go ahead and load that up as well. And once we have all that, we can get started. So every evening, Forex Joe goes through and he puts together a very comprehensive report for us. So this should be your first stop if you're brand new to 21st Century Forex Trader. I know we had a lot of folks join during non-farm payroll. Forex Joe gave an incredible deal for no folks to join and be able to see what we offer here. So this should be your first stop. Forex Joe puts out kind of his analysis on what's happening during the past trading session, what's coming up, and some of his thoughts on what's occurring out there. So it's always a good idea to read through that and just understand what he's seeing and what's going on there. And then he also gives us some trades, and these are some more personalized trades. He gives us some analysis, always on the Euro USD and usually on the pound, and then sometimes the Aussie or yen, other currency pairs as well. So for the purpose of the class, I'm not going to read through all of this for you. We'll just kind of skip down to the important part, which is well, it's all important, but the part that we're here for anyway, which is how to utilize the software and place a trade. So we're just going to skip down here to the trade recommendations that Forex Joe is giving us in our setup here. So he's letting us know what to watch on the Euro USD. So we'll utilize this as a great way to show how our software works and just park a quick trade. So what we're going to do, he gives us a buy order and a sell order. He always gives us two. Because we don't really, while we might have kind of an idea of where the market's going, we don't want to get overly confident that it's only going to move one direction. So Forex Joe gives us a buy and a sell. Since we don't know what the market's doing, we want to be able to take advantage of either possible direction. So here he says to buy it if we go to 34.20 and to sell it at 33.99. Now, what we do know is very often, especially after we come out of a range-bound market like we've had today, is sometimes as we enter Asia, this stalls out the first time. So a lot of times you'll see these trades maybe kick in a little bit later in the session as we're getting towards the London Open. But these are still trades that we can park and we'll show how we do that using our pending order software. So what we're going to do, we're just making a note of 34.20 for the buy and the 33.99 for the sell, and then from here we can pop over and actually enter some trades. So what we do is we utilize our chart trader software, our pending order software. So when you install your software that comes with the 21st Century Forex Trader application, you'll notice that some templates have been added. And when you go over here and you click on a chart, it may just be a brand new chart that looks like this. And when you right-click on it, you can scroll down to where it says template, and then here you can actually apply a template to it. And there are a couple of different ones. You might see pending order pro, market order pro, pending order no hedge, FTT pending order pro, and this is the one that I typically use, the FTT pending order pro, because this allows us to also have our thermal grids. So we can apply that template to the chart, and then once that's applied, you can use whatever time frame you're comfortable with. I'm going to put this at a 15-minute, and then it'll take just a second for this to load up, and then we have our red and green lines on our chart. The red and green lines are what allow us to actually place trades. The green lines are the buy lines, and the red lines are the sell lines. And all we do is we simply double-click. So let's start with the buy. Forex Joe told us to buy 34.20. So all we would do is we double-click this green line, the thick green line. As a matter of fact, if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. So that's a buy entry. So then we just simply grab it, and we can drag that down to 34.20. And we can, a couple of ways you can go. You can either click and just drag it and kind of eyeball where it is, kind of eyeball it down to 34.20, and just drag it down. As you reposition this this order line, you can see where it is right here on the right-hand side. It'll tell you where it's been placed. You can also hover over it, and it'll give you, the as I point at the screen, which you can't actually see my finger pointing at the screen, it'll tell you where that's been entered. So over here on the right, 34.20.3, or if you hover over it, you can see buy entry 34.23. So you can just click, double click to select it, and then drag it to where you'd like that to be, and then we've got the order ready to go. Then we would simply do the same thing for our stop loss. We want to make sure that we enter our stop loss at a reasonable level, and then also our take profit lines. So we're just double clicking and drag those to wherever you'd like them to be, and then the same for the take profit lines. Now in this case, my buy lines are a little bit off of the screen. We can't see the take profit lines that are up here. So in order to be able to see those take profit 1 and take profit 2, what I'm going to do is click over here on this price ladder, the price scale. I'm going to click and drag that down, and that'll show me some additional real estate up here where I can see where my my lines are, and I can drag those down as well to where we'd like to enter them. So we simply drag this down. Forex Joe typically tells us for these scalper trades that he puts on with Forex Live that, or the Forex Alerts rather, that what we should look for is 5 to 8 pips. If we're going to park an order and kind of let that go, we should look for 5 to 8 pips on take profit 1, and then maybe 8 to 12 pips on take profit 2. If we're monitoring this live, we might be able to stretch it a little bit further depending on what's going on in the marketplace and what sort of momentum we're seeing. But in this case, since we're going to park an order and then I'm going to go eat dinner with my family, I'm just going to keep it to about 5 pips for take profit 1, so I don't get too greedy, and then we'll come back in the morning and actually trade live depending on what's happening, based on what's happening in the marketplace tomorrow morning. So we just simply drag these lines, and you just simply drag and put them wherever you'd like them to be. And again, you can see where your lines are either by hovering over it or by watching right here on the right-hand side. It'll show you where your entry is, where take profit 1 is, where take profit 2 is, and where your stop loss is. So we're keeping everything pretty tight. We're about 6 pips for take profit 1, and we're about 6 pips for our stop loss. So we're not going to risk 30 pips to make 5. So we've got that set. Now we can do one of two things. We can either just go ahead and click move to buy and get this order on, or we could go ahead and set up our sell order as well, and then just set them both at the same time. So I'm going to do that right now just to show how it works. We'll go ahead and set our sell order and get that one on as well, and then we'll set them both at the exact same time and just show how that works. So now we've got our sell. We're going to sell 33.99 according to Forex Joe from his Forex alert there. So again, we can either just click and drag this, eyeball it to 33.99. Pretty darn easy to do. Or if you want to be exact, you can actually right-click it. So another way to do it is you can actually right-click it, go to Trendline Properties, and from here you can just simply say, I want this on at 33.99. Oops. And then what I just did, 33.99, and click OK, and it moves it right there for you. Again, we're going to keep our stop loss pretty tight because we don't want to risk 30 pips to make 5, but we'll keep that tight, and we're also going to keep our profit taking pretty tight as well. So we'll look to take profit at about 7 pips or so, and then take profit to just slightly beyond that. And then once those lines are exactly where we want them to be, we can just simply click move to buy and sell. So I'm selecting it, and then I'm taking my left click and I'm dragging it over, and it automatically enters both the buy and the sell order for me. So now these orders are pending, waiting for price to move down to those levels, and it'll trigger us in, and we'll see if we can pick up some pips. Now the cool thing here with the software that comes with your subscription is once your order is on, you know what your maximum risk is going into this trade. It's the distance between your entry price and the stop loss. The cool thing that happens here with the software, though, is once price moves down, and let's say it hits your take profit level, a third of the order is automatically peeled off, and then your stop loss is moved to break even +1, protecting the trade, so that in the event that this reverses from that point and moves against us, we don't have to worry about being in front of our computer terminal to manage that trade and move our stop loss or take off those orders. It does it all for us automatically. And then as take profit 2 is hit, same. We're in that the profit is locked for us, so that we don't have to worry about that trade moving against us and having a potentially positive trade turn into a negative trade. Now, the caveat there is that your system has to be on, it has to be running in order for the expert advisor to execute. You can't do it if your computer's asleep or turned off. So it needs to be on and running. Some folks use that as they run it on a virtual server, a virtual private server. Others, I'm running this on my laptop. I just have to make sure that my laptop doesn't go to sleep. Your display can go to sleep, but the system itself can't go to sleep in order for that to work and execute. So there we are. That's how we do it. Let's do one more real quickly, just to reiterate for our brand new folks how we did that. We'll do one more. We'll do it down here on the pound USD, and just again see how that's going. So for the pound USD, we're going to look to buy 6,001, and we're going to look to sell 59.80. So once we get that set, we just have to pop over and put that on. Now again, Forex Joe lets us know take profit 1, 5 to 8 pips, take profit 2, 8 to 12 pips. You can monitor it live for some more depending on what's happening under the market conditions at that point. So let's go ahead and put that on, and just to show how we do this. So again, I'm just going to reset my template just to make sure I've got this nice and clean. Let me close that as well and just restart it. All right, so there we are. So we're going to buy 6,001 and we're going to sell 59.80. So again, to make this happen, all we have to do is we grab our green lines, drag them right to where we'd like to have them. And again, we see that the entry price here, as I drag this green line down, the entry price changed for me to where the order is going to be parked. Do the same thing for my take profit. I can just drag that line right down, get this sell order out of the way. All right, get the take profit, move that down to where we'd like to have it, Do the same thing for our take profit 2, and then we can move to buy, get that order put on, and then we'll do the same thing down here for the sell. We're going to sell at 59.80, which is actually right where we are. Just a little bit of adjustment right here. Adjust that up. And then set our take profit levels just by simply dragging that. And if your second take profit 2 is off the chart, sometimes you might need to just grab your price ladder and pull that down so you can see some additional real estate on that chart and find out where that bar disappeared to. And once you grab those, get them set where you'd like to have them, and then we just simply click move to sell, and voila, in less than a minute we had both of those orders on with our take profit levels identified, and there we go. And we could do that for all of the currency pairs. I would encourage you, especially if you're new and just kind of checking things out, read through what Forex Joe's got for the analysis here, and then go through and park those pending orders just like he's got them for the buys for the buys and sells. And he's got it today. We've got it on the euro, the pound, the U.S. Swissy, the U.S. yen, U.S. CAD. Well, he really went crazy today. Even the odd USD. So Forex Joe has a lot of trade recommendations out today. Sometimes he does it on just a couple of currency pairs. Other times, if the conditions are right, he'll give you even more. So it looks like today he really went out of his way to put together some additional currency pairs that we can trade utilizing his expert analysis. There's also, you'll note here, especially for the euro and the pound, if there's some advanced trades, he might give those as well. And he's saying here for the experienced traders, what we might watch is for this this pair to move back up to the 34.40 or even 34.45 range, and then look to sell it on the way back down at 34.29. And then, of course, these are best done if they're monitored live, and we can watch to extend our take profit 1, 10 to 25 pips, and then take profit 2, 25 to 50 pips. So just something there if you're up and you're trading this evening to keep an eye on that. We'll look at this some more tomorrow as we get into the actual trading under live conditions. So that's what we do. That's how we enter those trades, how we utilize the software. Just parked a couple of orders to show you guys how it works. And now, well, if you don't have any questions, we'll pop over to the next part of what we do on the beginning of the week. You can do this on either Sunday night or Monday night. I like to do it on Monday evenings. And that is set ourselves up for the remainder of the week and just see what key levels that we should be watching. Because typically, especially in these more range-bound markets like we've been in, when you've got 3 of 3 channels, which is when you've got a number lining up on the short term, the midterm, and the long term channel as a top or a bottom, we typically will see that number recur a few times in the week. So I like to go through and just have a look at what key levels I should be keeping my eye on through the week. And this just takes, again, it might take a little bit longer because we talk about it as we go through it. Most of you aren't going to be talking to yourselves while you're doing this, unless you're really like me and you like talking to yourself. So it'll just take you maybe a couple of minutes to go through there and have a look, have a scan at the beginning of the week and just see what those levels are that we should be watching out for. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for 3 of 3 channels, and this just takes us a second to scan through the whole report. We're looking for channels where the channel top or the channel bottom is lining up on the daily, weekly, and monthly levels. So first stop here, we have a look at the Euro USD. We don't see any real alignment, although something to note for everyone, 33.29. This has been a big number for us. In the past, we've seen price really kind of play well at this area. So if we do break down and get through this 33.75, keep your eye out for 33.29. We actually saw that number during non-farm payroll last week. So 33.29 is an area to watch. Although it's not a 3 of 3 channel, so we're not going to mark the chart. Scrolling on down, no alignment here on the pound USD. um, we do see a 2 of 3 channel here at 94.67 on the US Swissy, but not a 3 of 3. So again, not something I'm really going to write home about. US yen, we've got a 2 of 3 up here, but not a 3 of 3. 99.67 has been a big number as well this year for the US yen. All the way back into January, we saw this price coming into play pretty significantly. But not a 3 of 3 channel, so nothing that we're really going to worry about yet. So this just takes me a second. Sometimes you see quite a few, sometimes we don't see any. It just takes us a second, though. We want to know what are the key numbers that we would be wanting to watch over the course of this week. And so far, we're about halfway through the report, and we haven't seen any of these prices line up yet at a 3 of 3 channel. Here we go. Euro CAD. So here on the Euro Canadian, we're seeing this lining up here at 39.85 on a daily, weekly, and monthly level. So at the time the report came out, we were trading at 40.45, and we're seeing a 3 of 3 channel bottom. So this is a significant support level here at 39.85. So this is a currency pair that you're trading using Forex Joe's methodology. The first thing that we would do is we would look for a bounce off of this level. Very first thing. But then we're going to watch this level throughout the week. So you might go in, mark your chart, maybe put a thick red line there, and just mark your chart of where this this 3 of 3 channel exists. But Forex Joe's methodology, for trading above a support level that's supported on all 3 levels, we would always look to buy it the first time it poked down there. Does it mean it's going to stop and not go through? No, of course it could push on through. But Forex Joe has taught us that historically, when you see those major channel levels like that, the first time price goes there, it repels. Does it always? Again, no. There's no definites in trading. It can very easily blow through that line like butter. But more often than not, he looks for a reversal the first time it hits a key channel. So you might keep your eye on that one. Just mark your charts. Scrolling on down, nothing there, nothing there. Nope. Wow, so this is really slim pickings today. Typically, we at least see, 3 or 4, but it looks like today we've only got that one level. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. The pound CAD is lining up here at 167.28. Again, as a support level here at 161.28. That level is a support level on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frames. So that's holding quite a bit more weight if we push down there on the pound CAD. So if that's a currency pair that you trade or a currency pair that you're watching, you might want to go in and mark your charts at 67.28. So that is it. There are only 2 out of 22 currency pairs that were lining up as a significant channel. Neither of those were pairs that that I watch frequently. So I'm not going to mark my chart. What we would typically do, I just explained that, is if we're at a level where we're trading above and you have a significant level, just to throw it on. So for prices here and you've got a significant 3 of 3 channel level down below us, the first thing we're going to do is park a buy order there and look to take profit quickly. 5 to 8 pips. We want to get that profit locked in as quickly as we can. Once we get there. So we're always looking, if we're trading above, we look to buy the first time the price moves down to a 3 of 3 level. If we're trading below, we look to sell it the first time price gets to a 3 of 3 level. Beyond that, we just have to monitor that level and look at current price action to see what we're going to true, if we're going to keep keep trading it in that fashion, or if we're going to watch for a break of that level later on in the day. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. Our classes where we're actually entering the orders live and looking under live market conditions are our morning classes. So I typically like to trade during that U.S. and London overlap. So we go in and we apply Forex Joe's daily regimen, which is the file that we looked at during non-farm payroll and walked through. That's what we do every single day. We're going to be live in the marketplace trading, and we'll walk through that tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and show how we utilize this daily report at a little deeper level, and utilize that in conjunction with Forex Joe's alerts and the daily report to go through our daily regimen and show how we find some setups and how we apply our methodical, consistent approach to the marketplace to pick up some pips. So this is it for me for tonight, sticking true to my word. We usually keep this first class on Monday nights to about half an hour. We show how we utilize the software, so we've covered that. If any of you guys that are brand new have questions, please type them in. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And then we also went through and scanned our daily report to see if we found some levels that we could trade off of for the remainder of the trading week. And right now, we only found two. There are two currency pairs that I don't personally trade, but we did find two that we're setting up as key levels. So if those are currencies that you guys trade, you might want to mark your charts and then keep your eye on those. If you're trading under live conditions tonight, if you're up trading during London and the rest of the Asia session, then you might be able to monitor those trades live and see what occurs there. I was just watching this pound trade activated while we were on, and it pushed down, hit take profit, and then pulled back up, and it only got us 3 pips. But hey, that's all right. And that might have been my bad. I might have set that a little bit too tight here. But ultimately, got some profit locked in, and we'll see how this plays out if we can push down to take profit 2 and peel off a little bit more. But as this hit take profit 1 and peeled off the first third of the trade, we see that automatically our stop loss has moved to break even +1, which now guarantees me a profitable trade. I'm locked in. This can't possibly move against me at this point and cause me to lose any money. So we're good to go there. All right, so that's how we utilize the software. That's how we utilize our daily report on kind of a macro level. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be going through our 12-step, the daily regimen, as Forex Joe calls it, for how we enter live in the marketplace utilizing the daily report in conjunction with the Forex alerts. So that's it for me for now. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for spending half an hour with me and kind of getting our week set up and walking through the usage of the software. So you guys have a great one, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off my mic, and I'll wait, see if there's any questions coming in, and if not, then we'll go ahead and just wrap it up. Okay, you guys have a great one.